Right, so today what we're going to look at is passing. So the focus will be making sure that we're using the right technique, correct technique, and the accuracy. We're working on that accuracy. So what you're going to need for this is one ball or two balls, or rugby. They don't have to be rugby balls, it can be rugby balls, footballs, tennis balls, whatever ball you have, you're going to need that. And then an area that you could use as a target. It could be a wall with a little mark on, it could be, like for me, a space, a gap within the branch, or it could just be using the branch if that's too easy for you, using a space. So without further ado, let's begin. So first few points, we want to make sure when we're doing the pass, we're thinking about our hand positioning, okay, having that W slightly shifted depending on what side of the body we're passing. Okay, first exercise is going to be, it's going to be 5 different variations. So starting off with a one-handed pass. Okay, so I've got my target here, this space here. I'm just going to use the ball at the hip, and we're going to go off one hand and try and pass through the target. Okay, you can use your hand as a guide, or you can use it here. We're just going to pass through, making sure we try and get that rotation. Okay, just passing through here, through the gap. Okay, we'll do that another time, another ball, passing through here, in that gap. So that's variation number 1. Okay, second variation is going to be the same thing but with 2 hands. So each time there's a variation, what I like you to do is be able to hit the target 10 times in a row, and making sure we're doing it on both sides. Okay, I've only demonstrated one side, that's just so the video isn't too long. Okay, so making sure we're doing starting from that side there, but also the other side. Okay, so now second variation is the same thing but with 2 hands. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate one pass. Go from here, going from the hip, passing through, making sure we're getting that spin, making sure we're getting that full rotation at the end, extension. So it's hip out, it's not a way round, it's hip from the hip across the chest and pointing to the target. Okay, so variation number 3 is going to be off a catch. So obviously not very often in a rugby game do we start with the ball in our hands. It's always been passed to us, or we've caught it, and so on. So we want to make sure we're able to catch the ball and offload. Okay, so we'll go from there. It's going to be a simple catch through. Okay, nice and simple, catch and through. And that is your 3rd variation. Okay, try and make sure you can get 10 times hitting that target, okay, on each side. So it's 10 times on each side hitting the target. So the next one we're going to do is moving. Okay, so very often we're going to be on the move when we're catching and passing the ball. Okay, so we're going to go for the same thing. We catch it and pass it, but we're going to be running forwards at a slowish pace. So running forwards, catch it here, pass it through. So obviously that's that one done. So that's variation number 4. Now variation number 5, okay, is going to be passing the ball off the deck. Okay, so the deck is obviously the ground, and most of the time it's a scrum half who's going to be passing the ball from the ground, but it's always good to have in your repertoire, in your bank of passes. So key positions, I'm going to start off on one knee here, ball here, okay, leg extended, ball starting from the floor, passing through and getting past. Okay, passing through, make sure we get past. Okay, really making sure we get from there and out. Okay, so same as the other 4 variations, what I want you to do is manage to hit the target 10 times on each side. Okay, making sure 10 times on each side. Really focus on that technique and those teaching points. If you feel like you're missing the target, slow it down, take a few steps, think about what you're doing, and really trying to keep it simple and going through that range of motion. Okay, there's no point flinging them and trying to do a crazy spin pass if you're not going to be accurate. So really making sure, breaking it down, passing through. Okay, up you go. Oh, and if you find it too easy, make the target smaller, make the target further away, have fun with it. Let's go.